Many Americans and Europeans just can't believe what they are seeing here. I mean, why? 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 Why are foreigners touching the feet of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi? He is not the greatest religious guru, he is not the richest man in the world, he is not the leader of the most powerful military, and he is not the leader of the richest country. Then why is it happening? Well, continue watching. So, take a look at this lady. Her name is Mary Milban, and she's not an ordinary woman. She's one of the most sought-after voices across the world and has been described as a prominent American and Hollywood actress and singer. She has performed for 4 consecutive US presidents, international royalty, and world leaders. But on this day, after singing the Indian national anthem, she did something that probably nobody was expecting. I mean, take a look at this. She starts walking towards Mr. Modi and bows down to honor him. But why did she do that? Well, who can answer that question better than Mary herself? She tweeted, "Following my performance, I was grateful for a moment to exchange with and honor Prime Minister Modi publicly. To touch the feet of elders is to touch their hearts. Touching the feet of elders is a sign of reverence and respect in Indian culture. As a global citizen, it is my duty to honor a leader as great as Narendra Modi." She also added, "India and Indian communities across the world, I love you. God bless the US-India alliance." Sounds pretty amazing, right? But wait a second, there is a lot more to this, and it is possible that knowing the complete truth may even break your heart. So as expected, Mary's gesture to honor India's Prime Minister made her go viral in India, with millions watching her and many falling in love with her sweet and respectful gesture. Many Indians even started to adore her, seeing her love for their country. But mind you, this was not the first time Mary had gone viral in a foreign country. A while back, she was also going viral in China. Want to know why? Then read this. In 2019, Mary performed the American national anthem and the Chinese national anthem for the 40th anniversary of US-China student exchanges at the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Washington, D.C. And read this too. Mary shares a special relationship with China and the Chinese people. During the month of June 2021, Mary was featured in a global news feature in China Xinhua News and also ran in China Daily. Of course, China has a special place in Mary's heart. Mary said it herself. Of course, it doesn't mean that a person cannot be in love with the USA, India and China at the same time. No doubt, Mary is not just a talented artist, but also appears quite smart when it comes to diplomatic skills. Anyway, looking back, this wasn't the first time Modi has received this kind of gesture in a foreign land. Not too long ago, the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea was also seen greeting the Indian Prime Minister with lots of warmth and respect. I mean, he was literally bowing down in front of him. Now, I'm not trying to deny that the Indian Prime Minister doesn't have a fan following abroad. But then, we also can't forget that India is becoming a global heavyweight, and as a result, various leaders and others are doing their best to get closer to India. There's also no doubt that India's cultural values and its soft power are going global, and despite all the hatred and negative stereotypes against India, there are some who genuinely adore India's culture and foundational wisdom. And then there are those who genuinely want to learn more about India, those who are really curious about India. And this is something that Modi mentioned himself.
In India, diversity is a natural way of life. Today, the world wants to know more and more about India. I see that. Curiosity in this house too. We were honored to receive over 100 members of the US Congress in India over the last decade. Everyone wants to understand India's development, democracy, and diversity.
Touching feet to honor others is a very common gesture in India, and on various occasions the Indian Prime Minister has offered similar gestures to others, as you can see in these pictures. As far as Mary Milban is concerned, in numerous articles that are available in the media, it seems that she's very expressive about her admiration and love for India and Indians. Anyway, the ability to bow down to the divinity in others, getting rid of arrogance and learning the culture of humility from India can definitely make America a better place. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, "To other countries I may go as a tourist, but to India I come as a pilgrim." And yes, Mary remembers those words too. See you again.